Hey, nice of you to stop in today. How can I be of service to you?
I heard your advertisements on the radio for your EdenPURE heaters.
Okay, wonderful. Would you like to take a moment and browse around our EdenPURE Factory Outlet Store, or do you have any particular questions?
Well, actually, I was looking to heat a sunroom and a living room. I was just
Okay.
wondering, like, how many square feet these cover.
Okay, wonderful. By the way, my name is Julius. You are?
Nina,
Nina? My pleasure to meet
nice
you.
to meet you.
Okay, so do you live around here?
Yeah,
Okay, wonderful. So, how'd you hear of us?
on the radio, your advertisements.
Yeah, which station? Because we do a lot of advertising to try and kind of find out.
WQIR.
WQIR, oh my gosh, okay. So you heard that really weird commercial we're running on there.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know of anyone, Nina, that has an EdenPURE?
Well, my sister does, and she kind of told me about it, so I
Okay,
was just coming in to get some more information on it. See if
fabulous. Okay, so your sister has one?
Mm-hmm.
And how long has she had that?
About 2 months.
About 2 months. How's she like it?
She loves it.
She does.
Mhm.
Okay, what'd she tell you about it?
Well, she tells me she can turn her heat down. She doesn't have to use her thermostat at full blast anymore, which saves her a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to save some money, so.
Well, you know, once you pay the heating bill, it's kind of like money went out the chimney, isn't
Yeah.
it? Okay, and that's a cool thing about EdenPURE, and that's really what we're the most famous for, is how much money that it can actually save you. So, Nina, have you heard of Bob Vila?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, Bob Vila is actually our spokesperson, and he has named EdenPURE heaters as America's #1 energy saver. And that's quite a compliment for EdenPURE. Have you heard of Paul Harvey?
Yes.
Paul Harvey was our spokesperson prior to his death. Unfortunately, he passed away for probably the last 2-3 years. So we've had some really great credentialed people really extolling the virtues of EdenPURE. EdenPURE is now America's best-selling infrared portable space heater, okay, which is really quite a compliment. Okay, so that's pretty impressive, isn't it? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
That it heats the whole thousands of feet of her apartment?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
definitely impressive.
Yeah, now EdenPURE is rated to do up to 1,000 square feet. However, in like the cases of your sister, and I actually have a friend that heats his whole condo with it, and he heats up to 1,200 square feet. But one of the things that I always caution people that I'm talking to, I don't want to oversell an EdenPURE, because the amount of square footage it does, it's really dependent. It varies so tremendously, because if you don't have a well-insulated house, it may not do as good. And the other thing a lot of people need to factor in is the square footage of the air. This does up to 1,000 square feet. If you're well insulated, you have a good airflow going through the house, and you don't really know that till you use one, okay? You don't really know how well it does until you try it. And that's exactly why one of the things that I really love that EdenPURE does. I mean, if you could use an EdenPURE for 1 month, would you know whether or not it really worked for you?
Of course.
Okay, that's exactly what we do with EdenPURE. We don't ask you to ever buy it, we ask you to try it for 1 month. And if you don't love it, you get back every red penny that you're going to invest in it, because we don't want anybody unhappy with their EdenPURE. Sounds like a good deal, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly why we say take our EdenPURE challenge, use it risk-free for 1 month. You don't love it, you don't keep it. And if we even ship the EdenPURE somewhere and the people get it, they can actually ship it back, and we pay the shipping there and back.
Oh, wow.
And at the EdenPURE Factory Outlet Stores, which is what we are, this is an expanding retail operation for EdenPURE. We have special promotional things going on that other places that sell EdenPURE does not. And I'll get into that here in a little bit. Okay? Now, Nina, is there anyone other than yourself making the final decision on getting a EdenPURE?
No, just me.
Just you? Okay, so do you have any children?
Yes.
And how old?
He's 5.
5, I love that age. Okay, so if the EdenPURE does appear to do what you came in and hoping that it would do, did you come prepared to invest in one today?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Do you like to know the differences in a product and what's available before you decide to buy,
Yes.
Nina? Okay, one of the things, if you see, we have a lineup here of the EdenPURE. We have the Sun Twin, which is actually an EdenPURE in a wood cabinet. Okay, now that's actually an additional $50 to get the solid wood cabinet. Then we have this one right here is actually the flagship model. This is the Gen 3, and this one the company has sold well over 1 million of. I mean, just amazing the success with this. The average person that ends up getting one generally ends up getting several, more than one. And actually our easiest sale for the company is a person that already owns one. They come back and get another one. They get one for their mom. And one of the things, especially for older people and children and pets, this heater is absolutely amazing because of the way it works. And of course this one here is a new heater that's made in Canton, Ohio. This is our newest EdenPURE, and this is actually made in the USA, so we're kind of proud of that. And this one right here has been for the EdenPURE Factory Outlet Stores. The new signature heater has become our best seller, and that's because this actually does quite a lot more than just heat. So what I'd like to do is I'd kind of like to start with the signature heater and show you all the different functionalities. All of these will do up to 1,000 square feet. They all use far infrared copper ionized patented technology. And again, I gotta say at this point, be careful. There's a lot of imitators out there that imitate us. Some are a few dollars less, and that will appeal to people, but you're not getting the real McCoy. This is the patented EdenPURE. This is a factory outlet store, and we actually service what we sell. And that really separates us, the men from the boys in this case, because a lot of these heaters that are being sold, they don't have service facilities. And we are a complete service facility, and we kind of pride ourselves in service, and that's why we're rolling out with EdenPURE Factory Outlet Stores all across America. Okay? Are you familiar, Nina, with the differences between far infrared copper ionized produced heat versus combustion burning type heat? Are you familiar?
No.
Okay. We feel it's really important that you know the difference, and that way you can really use the product a whole lot more to get more benefits for you and your son in your home. Okay, so just to clarify my thinking, you're trying to heat
A sunroom,
a sunroom
and a living room.
and a living room. And how big is your sunroom?
About 600 square feet.
600 square feet? Okay. And your living room?
About 1,200.
About 1,200. And do you have, what's your ceiling heights in those rooms?
The living room's cathedral ceilings, and the sunroom's
Standard?
standard.
Okay, so how high is the cathedral?
I'm not sure.
10, 12, 15 feet?
Probably about 12.
About 12 feet. Okay. All right, great. Let me go ahead and kind of go through what makes an EdenPURE really unique to a regular type of combustion type heater. And I'll just kind of start out with, we've got the power on off here. This is your main power on a signature, and that turns on the power for the machine. Typically you leave that on all the time in your home. Okay? And if you go ahead and touch that yourself, okay, this is what's called human touch. This is the latest in computer board technology. Go ahead and touch it again. There's really no buttons or anything to push. It's almost like just a human touch, so it's very sensitive to the operations. But that's just it'll just make your computer board and your touch screen last a lot longer. Okay? Okay. So now that we're on, if you feel the heat, here's one thing unique about this heat. Kind of feels mild.